Good morning. This is Justin Sorensen with the Justin Sorensen Allstate Agency here in Muncie. I want to talk briefly about a phrase that we hear all the time, and that is PLPD. So we get lots of people who will call in and they want new policies, or maybe they're adding a car to their policy, or they're removing some coverage off their current policy, and they'll say, all I want on that vehicle is PLPD. I think lots of times I've heard the phrase, I don't know exactly what it means. I think for most people, when they say PLPD, what they really mean is I want to drop collision and comprehensive off that vehicle. So for whatever reason, whether the vehicle's gotten to a certain age that it's not worth covering it anymore, or whether they're looking to reduce costs, or whatever it is, people will call in and say, I want PLPD. And again, I think what they really mean is they want to say, I want a vehicle that does not have collision and comprehensive coverage. Now, the reason I say that is when you call us and explain that to us, we're going to make sure you've got the right coverages. But if you call around, or especially if you call a 1-800 number and you say, I want PLPD, they are going to give you PLPD. There could be a couple problems with that. So first of all, what is PLPD? So PLPD is personal liability and property damage. So when you say, I want PLPD, what you are really saying is, I only want to carry coverage that protects the other person if I hit them and I cause them injuries, or if I damage their property. Now that's really important coverage to carry, without a doubt. And you need to make sure you carry a lot of PLPD. Meaning you need to make sure you carry a lot of coverage to protect your assets. And we've talked about that in one of our other videos. So I won't dive into that at this time. But that's all PLPD is. It provides only coverage if you hit somebody else and you injure them or you damage their property. So again, important coverage to carry, want to carry a lot of it. But when you tell us you want to carry PLPD, typically what you also want to make sure that you have is you want to have uninsured motorist coverage still. So even if you don't carry collision and comprehensive on your vehicle, you still want to carry coverage so that if somebody hits you that doesn't have insurance or enough insurance to make you whole, that your policy is going to kick in and take care of that. So you want to make sure you also have uninsured motorist coverage, and that's uninsured motorist bodily injury, uninsured motorist property damage as well. Also, if you don't want to carry in collision and comprehensive, you probably still want to carry your medical payment coverage. So medical payment coverage is what pays for your injuries for you or anybody in the vehicle with you if you're in an accident. So you want to make sure that you've got that coverage still on there, because that's irrelevant of the collision and comprehensive discussion. So there's really a few other components that I think most people intend to include in PLPD. But again, if you don't understand exactly what you're saying, you could get yourselves into a bind if you're talking to some other agencies, or again, especially if you're talking to a 1-800 number, where you ask for what you want and that's all you're going to get without any further explanations. So just be careful with that. So again, PLPD is only personal liability and property damage. You probably also want to include uninsured motorists. You probably also want to include medical payment coverage. It's very possible you may want to include roadside assistance still, especially if it's an older vehicle. And the reason why you're dropping the collision comprehensive is maybe it's older, it doesn't run as well as it used to. Probably even more important that you make sure whether or not you've got that roadside assistance on there. But again, if you say, I want PLPD, none of that coverage is going to be included on there. So just be really careful when you call and you say you want PLPD. We understand what you mean, and we'll talk through that with you, but we want to make sure that you've really got the coverage that you want and need on your policies. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out. Shoot us a text, 288-2880. That's 288-2880. Thanks.